Hi, so what's going on, everyone? Today we are going to talk about Applied Digital. I never did a price prediction for this stock. So to those who have been in this stock, riding this stock higher, congratulations. You've done an excellent job holding this stock all the way down to $4 to where it's now trading post $3.75. That is a massive profit if you bought it at the low and you're still holding it on the close of today. Kudos. That is the name of the game. That is what we're supposed to do. And if you was able to grab that from the market, you won. Now, let's get to the other side of the conversation, because I might got something to say about this stock that you may not like if you are one of these bag holders, one of these people who hold a stock for the next 6,000 years. 5, 10, 15, 20 years, because that is the mantra that so many people on Wall Street and finance and those who talk about stocks, they tell you to hold stocks for the next 6,000 years. That is okay. You held this stock for a couple of months and look at the gains that you've already had. So why would you want to hold it for 6,000 years? Just let me know. Because every stock in the stock market, for one, won't be here in 6,000 years. 2, there's no guarantee in 6,000 years that these stocks will be higher than they are today. 3, you are losing out on the cost opportunity of money. Okay, so while you have your money locked up for 6,000 years behind prison bars, that money could be used elsewhere in another market that the stocks are running. That is how you become a more proficient trader and or investor, because you know your time opportunity of where you can place the money at to get the best bang for your buck. Yes, that's the name of the game. Because understand, these people on Wall Street, they're not holding these stocks for decades, because they got people that they got to satisfy. They got to bring home returns. And if they hold stocks for 6,000 years, the people who gave them their money were like, look, give me my money back. I'm going to give it to somebody else who could put my money best to use. This may be the case for Applied Digital. Now, relax, calm down. I got you. Because when I say this might be an opportunity to where Applied Digital is due to go lower, just calm down. Every stock goes up and every stock goes down. Okay? That's it. Just breathe. Because this market may go a little bit lower, which I will show you, or it could go a lot lower. And I will show you that as well. Okay? So now let's break it down. First of all, we're going to identify. One thing we do on this channel is we identify pockets to where we think most transactions would be either selling and buying. Now, don't forget, for every single transaction, there is one buyer, one seller. But what if you have a buyer who wants to buy 1,000 shares at a certain price? Then you will see a lot of buying at a certain price or area, and vice versa for a seller. What if a seller has 10,000 shares to sell? They just don't. Well, if they did, it will move price massively. So they usually don't do that unless they're in a hurry to get out because they know something bad is about to go down. But they usually sell in pockets. 200 shares here, 200 there, 100 there. So we can't detect their footprints. But oh yes, we can see these billionaires, these millionaires who's moving through the market every day. So let me show you where the sellers are. If you haven't realized, there's something going on in this stock right around here. That's a seller. Someone has a lot of stock to sell in Applied Digital up there. Why would you say that? There's a couple of reasons. Mainly, something is causing this stock to get stuck, because it's not like this stock doesn't want to go up. Like look at the history. This is in a massive uptrend. So it's not like it has issues going up higher in price. That's not a problem. So what else could be stopping this stock from moving up? What is it? Yes, you're right. Sellers. Those are the only people that can stop a stock from going up. And look at all of these days. We've seen sellers hitting this market in Applied Digital. See, again, charts don't lie. People do. And people don't lie when it comes to their opportunity to profit in the stock market. Let's keep it 100. Everyone that comes in this market to play plays to win. So someone up here is really trying to play to win by selling this stock. Look at that volume that occurred on October the 10th as well. That is glaringly obvious that somebody was in a hurry to sell. Now, the reaction wasn't that bad though. Like when you see this much volume, somebody was really trying to get up off their position and apply digital. But then the next day, the market still went up. This is how euphoric the buyers are in the market. Like it's kind of like some of the buyers may be delusional. Every day that they see the stock down 2%, 5%, oh, that's another opportunity for me to come in and buy more of this stock. But the problem with that notion is that you don't know what is behind that first seller, right? You don't know what else is coming behind another seller. Yes, you might be able to absorb 100 share of this stock and buy it. But what if the next seller has 1,000 and the seller after that has 2,000 and the seller after that has 10,000 shares? The buyer market doesn't have enough power to absorb all of that. But that's currently what's going on. These buyers are trying to absorb all of these people that's selling their stock right now. That's what's going on. All right, I'm just telling you. So now we need to pay attention to the people who bought right there. And then we're going to focus our attention down here. You guys remember I told you the price may not go that low or it could go a lot lower. Okay. So now let's look at this area right here. We're going to try to identify, because if you can see today, Applied Digital closed at the very bottom of this pocket, which will termed a buyer's pocket. That's a buy pocket, right? That meaning that we expect buyers to run in and try to buy this stock. They did it on numerous occasions. Look at this. They did it here, maybe about 5 days. These buyers, every time the market price was in this pocket, they bought up this stock. But the sad part is that, look at today though, we were down 10%. So now, tomorrow, when the market opens up and closes, if this stock isn't trading above that pocket, you have more information to you at your disposal, meaning that there's no more buyers in that pocket. You need to look for the next lower area to try to catch buyers. Yes, that's what I'm telling you. Like, I'm not here to give you any fear, FUD, or FOMO. We are breaking down literally the people who's moving this price in Applied Digital right now to give us a glance at where price is trying to go. That is the edge that we possess. And given that possession, we're able to forecast where we think price is headed so that we can beat whoever is trying to sell this stock. So now let's look at this on the two-day chart. Here it is on the 2. We have 19 hours and 58 minutes and price is closing at the bottom of the bar. Another thing you guys can see is that the volume has been on a decrease. Buyers, where are you at? The price is looking for you. Are there not people willing to put more money on the table and Applied Digital up here? Or are they going to wait till it goes down? Here it is on the 3. This is the final completed 3-day bar right here. Let me move this out the way. Right there. So this means that this bar ain't going to change anymore. It is historical. It is history. You can't alter it. You can't manipulate it. It is what it is. And we saw the market close at the bottom of the bar. Here it is on the 4. Here it is on the 5. Weekly chart. 2 days, 20 hours. I don't want to see that happen if I was a buyer. I do not want to see this bar printed in the next 2 days and 20 hours. If it does, then yeah. I'm just like, you just need to be prepared for lower prices. Same thing with this bar on the 2 weeks. We got 2 days and 20 hours left. It just looks to me like the market is getting less interested in buying the stock up there. All right, now let's look at this on 11-hour chart real quick. So now you can see where buyers are. Okay. If you can't see them, I'll tell you where they're at. They were here and they were there. Right. But just like we can tell where buyers are, we can also see sellers. And they're namely right up here on the 11-hour chart. But I'm looking at the price bars as a whole to figure out where are the buyers at. Because I'm positioning this prediction to look for price to go down. So now we need to create a pocket right around here. Okay. And then here's another one right around there I like. And definitely this one right here. Okay. Now let's see if we get a little bit cleaner on the 5-hour chart. Okay, so that will hold. This will hold too as well, and this one down there, so it looks decent. You can look at these 5-hour bars there. That today specifically, the bars didn't even show up to play today. They were in the locker room. They didn't come out on the field and play. They didn't come out on the court and play. That's not good. If you want the stock to go up, you at least want to see some buying activity on these bars to show us that, hey, at least you showed up. They didn't even show up on the court. Come on. Here it's on a 3. You can tell here though that maybe that one buyer that bought on the low of this 3-hour bar and trying to do it again. But I won't necessarily worry about that buyer. I'll be worried if they were able to break it above 36. Then we'll need to have another conversation for this stock. Okay, so this is it on a 1-hour chart, pretty much the whole day. Market in Applied Digital went down. This was the opportunity. So let me show you this. Right here was the opportunity of the buyers. They told us that they wanted to go ahead and try to move the market up, and they did not win. That was not a good battle for them because they lost. So yeah, here it is on the 330. So I think we're going to continue to go lower. The only way that we won't go lower if sometime tomorrow buyers come back within this pocket and price goes back up. If that happens, then I'll have to come in and say, look, we need to look for this market to continue to go up then. And maybe just hit the sell pocket, or it can make all-time highs. Either or. Okay. So I'm going to hold this pocket here just to let you know that I talked about it and that there's still a slight chance that the market can hold that pocket. So I'm going to keep that arrow there so you guys won't be surprised when I come back and update you all on this stock that the market went up instead. Outside of that, we are going to look for this stock to go down. We're going to try to target this first area here, either at $28.25 to $27, 17.1% there. Our next target will be around $25.14. That's 22.69. And we're going to stop at around $22.14. Now, our prediction can only run us to either the pocket, the high, or the low of every pocket, because we don't know precisely if the market's going to stop at the high of the pocket or at the low of the pocket. We don't have that ability yet. But let me know your thoughts. Make sure you maintain profit. And as always, trade different, because that is where your edge is. Peace.